What do you do when you have been married for 30, 40 years and all of a sudden your husband comes to you one day or your wife comes to you and they say, I want a divorce, baby. I'm done. I'm moving on with my life. I found a younger man, a younger woman. I found somebody. Oh, I just don't want to be with you. I want to move on with my life. Now, of course, you weren't prepared for it. You didn't know. You're devastated because you just had visions of you and this person growing old together, going down the road, separating, maybe in death. But all of a sudden, your life is turned upside down. You're just in total chaos. And some people just fall apart because they didn't prepare for it. They didn't know what to do. So how do you get your life going, pick yourself up, get yourself going after a divorce in your heart? Now, some people say, I go and I need to find me another man or another woman because I'm lonely. And now this is the time when you pull yourself up and you got to really figure out what's inside of you because your life is not over. You can move on to a different chapter, a different part of your life, a different part of you. Now, truly, for a lot of people, it is devastating. I mean, I remember I had an aunt that when her husband passed, not saying the same as divorce, but it still was a separation. She had no idea how to pay the bills. She didn't know what bills to pay. He paid all the bills. He handled everything. They didn't know what she didn't know what to do. So hopefully that's not you. Hopefully women, men, we are on top of. Men, you know how to cook, you know how to find things. Women, you know how to pay your bills, you know how to make your money. You got stuff saved. But if you don't, you still got to pick it up. You got to get yourself back together. Women, sometimes the men were the breadwinners, and you stayed at home, you took care of the kids, you thought that, you're going to have all of this and he was going to take care of you, and all of a sudden he's not taking care of you no more. And the money's a little funny, however they want to say. So what do? You don't fall apart. Your life still needs to be sensational. And this is where you need to do some soul searching. Some people become hermits and they just close in their houses and they don't know what to do and they don't want to go and they're embarrassed. And this is not the time. It may not be, you need to talk to a whole lot of people and just air your dirty laundry, but you need to get back out. You need to see a friend, talk to somebody. This is not the time. Plan your life. You got to plan because you're going to move on. You now need to put your life together. You need, if it's finances, how are you going to support yourself? Does he have a pension? Is there some money in the case of or in a man? Can you go after it? Sometimes we're not smart. He leaves you and you figure, oh, well, baby, if you've been married for a while and he has a pension or he has some money or there's something there, you could go after it. There's a whole lot of things that you might need to talk to a planner or something about because you can go after it. I don't want you to be stupid and put blinders on and say, oh, well, this is a time to be smart. Is he taking the house? Sometimes the women, I want the house. Sometimes it's best just let her or him take the house. Start your life all over again. House is a lot of responsibility and a lot of work. It may not be where you need to be. Don't think fast. Think smart. Take your time to process. Because guess what? Visualize where you want to be, where you want to go. Your life is not over. You're not dead. Okay? Plan. Look at your money, what money's out there, what's in your savings. Did you have a joint account? I can tell you a lot of things that are probably not the right things to do, but I'm not. I'm just saying know your money, know your rights. If it's health insurance, you need to be covered. What kind of job do you have? What kind of job does she have? A lot of times when people divorce and they walk away, you can get a certain part of their 401k or their pension, both for women and for men. So know your money. Think about process. Think about if you have house, you have property, how do you want to separate it? Do you want to keep it? Do you want to divide out? You want to buy them out? You want to buy you out? Put some thought into it. This is your friend. Time is your friend. Process it and think about it. You may need to talk to some people who've been there before. What did you do? How did it work for you? Don't be embarrassed because, baby, this is your life now the whole time, especially now you're older. You don't have that much time to bounce back, so to speak, but you have time to find joy and happiness and satisfaction, and not just be out there. I hear so many women say, my husband left me, now I don't have any money. Well, you probably should have done something while you were in the marriage, but you don't put all your eggs in one basket. But regardless, now you have no money, so what are you going to do? Are you going to sit? Sometimes you're ill and you're sick and there's other things. So this is what I'm telling you. You need to think about it and know what's out there and what you can do. And get out the house, meet people. Sometimes you were the couple. Everything was a couple. Me and Bob did this. Susie and I did this. Everything. And you always thought you always a couple, so all your friends are his friends, or all his friends are your friends, or whatever. You might need to make new friends. I know one lady went out and said it took her a hard time, but she started going one day a week to the senior center to meet new people. Meet people like her. Go in different places. Men go to the barbershop. You might have to start meeting new people. And it's hard. But there are people out there that have things in common just like you. There are a lot of, hard to believe, because when you're married, you think everybody's married. But they're not. There's a lot of single divorcees, seniors, that are living a vibrant life. Again, they're meeting people, they're doing things. Sometimes they're trying new things that they want to try. Sometimes they get up and they move to a new place. And they want a new lease on life. Sometimes they want to do things they always wanted to do, and now is the time to do it. But you got to think about it. Now it's not a two, it's a you. It's not two, you. What are you going to do? How are you going to live your life? Again, it could be the best time, it could be the worst time. It's all a matter of perspective and what you put in place. But you can put it in place, and you can do it. Divorce does not mean you die. Divorce does not mean your life is over. You don't need to be ashamed. It happens every day. You don't put your head in the sand and say, oh, woe is me, which a lot of people do. No. No, they said, no, baby. You don't. You got to pull yourself together, get a piece of paper, a pen, take out your laptop, your computer, whatever it is, and you need to think of a plan. You got to think of a plan. How are you going to take care of yourself? That's the main thing. Number one. How are you going to take care of yourself? A lot of people had a job. They continued the job. They did different things. You just think about it. But you could put the plan together. And the faster you move and start putting those things and put those dominoes in place, the better off you're going to be. Because sometimes you're going to have to move faster than your partner. But that's another story. I'm not here trying to tell you how to do your ex-wife in or your ex-husband in, and that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to tell you how you make your life bounce back and get yourself going and get yourself running and get yourself ready to go, because the world now is you, and you got to figure out what you want to do. And some of us, and a lot of people, have never thought about what they, as an individual. It was always we, or it was he, or was she. You never thought about what you want to do. What did you want? Where did you want to go? One lady was telling me that when she is with her husband, it was all about where he wanted to travel. And it made her miserable sometimes because he was a cheapskate. He didn't want to do a lot of things. She wanted to go to a Airbnb for a special occasion. She wanted to take a cruise here. That wasn't what he wanted to do. So since she wanted to be with him, she went where he wanted to go. Even though she was inside, was not happy, but that was what we do, okay? Now, this is the time where if you want to do your Airbnb, and she said, I don't want to be alone. Well, you know what? There's a difference between being alone and being lonely. And a lot of people equate them to be the same. No. You get yourself up and figure out what you want to do. You need to now like your own company. Find joy in being with you. Do what you want to do. Go back to vision what you pictured your life to be. Because yes, marriage is wonderful. Marriage is great. It's a great experience. But you know what? Every time somebody gets a divorce after marriage, or after a husband dies or a wife dies, life moves on. And you get now to get a second chance to do something else again. It doesn't mean that you drop off. You're going to be getting buried in away. You're not. You need to think about it. And you can. It can be really, in some cases, the best time of your life. No offense, because sometimes all those marriages were not all that good in the beginning if you really thought about it. It wasn't all that in a bowl of chips, as they say. So this is the time now where you start putting your plans in place to do what you want to do and realize that your life can still be sensational, whether you're married or whether you're single. It still can be great, but you got to think about what you want to do and start planning. Don't put yourself in a ball and roll over in a cocoon and say you're going to die. You're so depressed you can't get up. You might need therapy to help you through that, but you can get it. Get what you need and move on and enjoy life, because there's so much joy and happiness out there for you, whoever, whether you're male or female. There's life after a divorce. I assure you, there is life after divorce. Even as a senior, there is still life after divorce. So, open to any questions, please like and follow. And if I could help you in any way, please let me know. Again, like and follow and share this with your friends.